The Barge People is the newest film from director Charlie Steeds, who brought us Winter Skin, The House of Violent Desires, Escape from Cannibal Farm. This guy's made a lot of stuff recently. Um, and in case anyone's wondering how I've seen this, just know that I know people that live in other countries. Okay, that's where we're going to keep it at. This hasn't been released here yet. It will be soon. But I have access to it because of that. And before I get shit for it, just remember you've borrowed movies from people too. Doesn't make you a terrible person. Moving on. I think these people will just be happy I'm talking about their film, to be completely honest. So I'm not that worried about it. Now, what this is about? This is like The Hills. The barge has eyes. How about that? The Hills has eyes, but on a barge. So these guys are going out on a barge, and there's some mutant killers out there, and they also piss off some locals, and so there's some tension between them and some locals, and that kind of breaks out into something. But then there's the barge people, the mutants, the people we're here for. And I'll say that the effects and the prosthetics, the mask making, all that stuff on the barge people is really good for the budget that I'm sure that this film has. That looks really, really good. As far as the like kills go on, because there's a lot of barge people, a lot of barge mutants, so some of them are going to get killed. When they're being killed, it's just like it looks. This will be graphic and ridiculous, but I just could not help it the entire time. I kept thinking I was watching like an erotic fucking like squirting video or something. It's just spraying up water, this like dark green water or something in these people's faces the whole time as they just keep stabbing, and it looks like they're like jacking off. And it was pretty funny. I had to laugh. Anyways, it just I had to point it out. The acting in this movie it's to be expected. It's kind of it's I don't okay for low budget. I don't think there's anybody that's that bad, honestly. Like for the kind of film it is, I don't think anyone's that bad. But the main girl, she has like brunette hair and like bangs, I want to say. I thought she was actually really good. I think she gives the best performance in the movie. I wish I would have wrote her name down, but of course, me being me, I never fucking take notes, and I just wing it, and I always just go off of memory, and I didn't even look the girl up. But I think she's also in other movies that he's done. The Cannibal Farm one, I think she's in that as well. But if that's true, then I understand why he's keeping her around, because I think she's the highlight of the film as far as her acting in this film. So kudos to her. The kills in this movie are, they're not great. I wasn't big on this one, but I do think that people who like his work are fans of Charlie Seed's work, and also are fans of pretty low budget slasher, mutant, deformed creature killer movies. I think you might dig this. I think it's worth a watch for the fans of these types of movies. People who are not fans of these types of movies, I don't think this is the one that's going to win you over, to be honest. It didn't for me. I found myself to not really be all that invested, and I blame that mostly on the characters, which I could just never find myself relating to, whether it was for comedic relief or for sexuality, like maybe some tension, romance, something like that, some form of sexuality, or even just dramatic purposes where I'm investing myself in them emotionally. I didn't really land in any of those ways. So the characters for me were flat, and even though that girl gave a good performance there, I just didn't personally feel like she was working with a full deck there. But but what we're here for is the barge people, right? That's why everyone's showing up, and they're paying their ticket price or borrowing a movie. But yeah, I think with them, I think that they do deliver on the practicals and on the makeup and the effects and all that on them. I think that looks really good for the kind of film that it is. I was pretty impressed. One of them kind of reminded me of the Fluke from X-Files. Good first season episode of the X-Files. but yeah, and I also liked that the barge people talked. I thought that was pretty cool. Very much Hills Have Eyes. Feels very similar to that. But yeah, I think if you're looking forward to this movie and it's your kind of movie, I think you're gonna like it. I just I personally didn't care for it, but I do think it has its audience. Um, but yeah, as I said, if this is something you're on the fence about, if you're not like if you watch the trailer or something, you're just like, oh, it's not really my kind of movie. I wouldn't I wouldn't I wouldn't recommend it. But let me know when you watch it when it comes out to you. Let me know what you guys think.